Hello dudes and dudesses. Yes, we are breeding cows and I think we got one, a brown mushroom cow. An episode or two back we found out that we had one brown mushroom cow on this island, and I found out that's actually pretty rare. It's 1 in 1,025 chance that they will actually spawn in natural hang on. God. Go away. As I was saying, brown mushrooms are really rare, so I'm thinking it's a holy cow and that it needs to be here because we have all kind of holy things on this island. It's an old place of worship, and so we're going to be breeding up a lot of holy cows and letting them loose, running around our island. The program for today is a little bit all over the place. I want to get started on, I'm loving this honey block elevator, the Interpolator. And actually, we don't have to be in the bund base to start that. We need to be here with the very first old Nether portal. And really, again, go away. Okay, let's start over. We're here at the very old first Nether portal here on the island, and I found out that somebody, probably one of my sons, took to diamond finding in a long straight tunnel right here, and we're going to use that because if we want to make an interportal system, we're going to have a long row of redstone. And I just switched to camera account so you can see this goes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blocks. Somebody has just mined out straight ahead, and at the time that it ends, just in a second, we actually just need to continue it. So if I go up here, you can see where we are. You can see it in the hut, and we have to go like 150, 200 blocks further ahead, like so, and take a sharp right, and then go this way for a couple of hundred blocks, and we're at the place where we want to have our super smelter, and that's where I want the interporter to go to, so we can get here quickly. So all that's left to do now to start off the day is mine out all the way. If you don't know what an interporter is, they've been around for quite a while, but they used to be quite difficult to make because of the stasis chambers. You had to have slime block things, bouncers and stuff like that. But from 1.16 you can actually have a stasis chamber made up of just a piece of soul sand, and the ender pearl will be bouncing on top of the water, waiting there for whenever it hits something, and you will be teleported to that place. So that's the technology we're going to be harvesting, and I've actually done a video recently about such a system. So I think what we have to do is to go off to my testing world, and I will show you just a little bit more about it, because it's actually, there are some challenges to it. So this is my redstone testing world, and here is an Interportal system that I've set up. It goes about 550 blocks from where we started to all the way down here. So if we pretend this is to our super smelter, it works like this. We press the button, then we get to a station on the way where we can actually branch off in this case, and we push the button again, and we take another jump, and we set it up, of course, so we can use it again, and we take another jump, and we're there. So this is one way of doing it. What you can do if we go up here is you can see what the jumps we can take are the render distance between blocks. I just made this model. So this is one system. We jump from one block to another block and we can branch out. But what we want to do is jump all the way from the block in the beginning to the block in the end. And that needs us to do something else with a chunk loading system or something to make that work. The distance that you can jump is actually the render distance, which is normally 10 blocks on a server. And by the way, if you want to use this system with rails, we also got to have 2 rows of rails going back and forth because we want to go back. So instead I made this small setup, works exactly the same. Let me put an ender pearl in. Exactly the same, but it's with redstone dust. And there's things to be said about redstone dust. It's more laggy and it's a bit slower, but there's one big advantage with this system is that you can make it a two-way system. With this little contraption here, you can actually use the same redstone line to go both ways. All you have to do is have this little locker, so you can actually use it from that end to that end. Of course, it's the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's still limited by 12. The signal strings can only be 12, so you have to make one every 12th redstone dot. And then I made this contraption over here, which is we have to go from Y level 12 to the surface basically, and that could take a long time with torch towers. So I kind of made this system that works more automatically. We might use this, but it's just an idea. You can see if we let in a signal here, the observer registers it and it's instant. So basically this is what I'm thinking we should be using. But as I said, this only works the render distance that you can see, which is probably 160 blocks if you're using a server. So we're going to be using this instead, or as well, a chunk loader. And I'm trying, oh, this is in a bad place. It should be in the middle, but I just used this without looking at the chunks. But a portal loads 5 blocks around it. So this will be loading that block and that block, and the one where it's in. And here it's not loaded. So what we need to do is we need to have a chunk. We need to have one dash and the 1, 2, and then we need to have let me see, 1, 2 to the next portal, and then down here. I'm thinking if this is right. Math with me is not always good. Then it says 1 and 2, this should be loading redstone, and then 1 and 2 from the next portal should be loading redstone, and then here, which is, that's the equivalent of every 5th chunk, that should be a chunk loader. If we have a render distance of 10 and every render distance equals 160 blocks, and we have like 1200 blocks to go, divided by 160, that will be like roughly 7.5 jump. There's something about spawn as well, but 7.5 jumps to get from our base to the super smelter. That's quite a lot. Okay, let's say we have 1200 blocks and a chunk is 16 blocks. That equates 75 chunks divided by 5, which means that we have to make 15 chunk loaders. My God, that's quite a lot too, because they need to be both on the overworld and the nether side. By the way, guys, if my voice is kind of stressed, it's because I've been having a sour throat, so maybe you can hear it in my voice, but hope it doesn't bother you too much. And what? Okay. In the meantime, I wanted to tell you that since last we actually became a full YouTube partner, which means that if you haven't noticed, there's probably advertising in my videos now, and I hope you're okay with that. It helps the channel, it helps me. I really would like to buy a new computer. Oh, talking about dough, diamonds, 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 lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I would really like to buy a new, stronger computer. The one that I'm recording on now is a 7-year-old computer, so it's challenging to make time lapses and stuff like that. So if you're wondering why I have, everybody wants you not to dig down. Nobody wants you to never dig up. It's basically the same. It's just as dangerous. But I laugh in the face of danger. Let's get up there. So I'm gonna be having videos or ads in my videos now, and I hope you're okay with it, as I said, because if the revenue at any point hits any meaningful size, it will just mean that I will get a new computer or a new microphone or something to make better content for you. So aren't we there? This is really a bad video. It's just dark. You probably won't see anything. Freedom! Let's get up there. Then now I just hope that I did the measurements correctly. Yes, yes, we hit it right where we needed to hit it. All right, guys, so now we actually have... What? Really? Really? What's with this episode? It's really hard to do this in F5 mode. So, and come on, I'm gonna 1-8 you. Or like, yeah, there he is, gone. Sorry about that. So now we just need to get some redstone. I've been flying around 1 hour and a quarter to find this old witch farm that I made a year ago with my son, and I just could not find it. And of course I cannot use the Nether portals because updating to 1.16, all the Nether is gone. So now I'm just hoping that there's a lot of... Oh yeah, it works with integer cramming. There's a lot of redstone down here, and looking good, looking good, looking not so good, not so good, not so good. Okay, I think I need to AFK here for a while because we're going to be using a whole lot of redstone to make those lines and the observers and to the super smelter as well when we get around to it. So let me go up to this AFK spot up here and do some AFKing. If I can hit it. Yep. I haven't been here for like more than a year. Oh, it feels very homey. Okay, where it's all going on is down here, so I'm just gonna show you a witch cam, because why not? So, it's not like I have been AFKing here for 25 or 24 hours, but I've been AFKing every moment I had in the past 24 hours, and I've come to notice something. If you look behind me, or rather below me in the swamp, you will see these light patches. Those are clay, and we're going to be using a lot of clay to build up the wall around the central park in the abandoned cyberpunk city. So are you ready? Yes, this is going to be apparently a grinding episode, but I mean that's part of Minecraft as well. When you're in survival, you grind a lot, and no reason to hide it. So we're going to empty out this entire swamp for clay, just to have a good start at the cyberpunk city and maybe other places where we want to use the clay. So finish up here and go back to the base. And this is the loot we got. We've had all this clay and a lot, 2 sugar boxes of redstone. That will get us a good piece of the way anyhow. And now we know how to get more. And let's just update the Phineas board with Interpolator. That's going to be a huge project because it's not only to the super smelter. And while we're at it, let's use our small super smelter here. Let's first break this down and get the clay in there so we can get some bricks. Luckily, when we tore down the multi-mob farm in the Nether, we got a lot of coal we took back with us from the withers we've killed through the years. So we're all good on that front as well. And the bricks are coming in. Alright guys, I've been in bed sick for a couple of days. So this is the Isle of St. Marcus, where the base is underneath. And I'm in a building mood. And I've been watching His Dark Materials, the TV series season 2, and I got really inspired because I had this road leading up to the holy city, and I kind of built this stairway actually in an iron world, and it was inspired by this stairway in His Dark Material, and there it is, just like that. Didn't take long. Well, video editing. So, and I've been struggling with getting this right for quite a while, because the whole thing about this holy city is that it has never been conquered, and it's because it's based off the real island city of Mont Saint-Michel in France, which has never ever been conquered, but their defense is tidal waves, huge tidal waves. The British has tried to take them several times, but it basically, the tide is so high, comes in so fast. Look at this there, I love it. That it's never been conquered, and that's why it's kind of a symbol in France. And that's the same feel I want here. Let's build in a house. Well, a start of a house anyway. So you can see I outlined the house on one side and actually put in a bit on this side, and just look at it. I think it's get up here. I think it's fitting in. It's a bit different style, but it's fitting in anyway. So now we're doing the roof, and I'm doing the detailing while I build. And ever so often people ask me, how do you detail this organic style? How do you make it? And can you make a tutorial? And the answer is, of course I can't, because I don't know what I'm doing. And often with this style anyway, I do it just by my guts. I have a lot of references here from the other houses that I've already built up. I know I want this old look, and I want things to be growing on the roofs, and I want the roofs to be, you see all these bumps and holes I've made, because the holy part of this city is actually the oldest part, so that has to be even older than the other builds. So I kind of just play around with it and look at it and fly away and look at it again. And of course I know the color palette here is quite easy. It's basically gray, different kinds of gray, and the roof as well. I mean, it's all spruce. Not every house, but most house, and most of the holy houses anyway. Actually, I think that looks really nice. I mean, this might be my new favorite view. It used to be the other side. Sometimes later, I've made it symmetrical, the platform up there, and I've started the house down here just to see what it looks like. All right, back to detailing. I've kind of detail as I'm going, but I also detail afterwards. Detailing is important. You've seen my vine farm, my very advanced vine farm. I showed it in a previous episode. So now I'm going around and putting in some mossy stones because, of course, it's mossy. It's an island, and yeah, this is just hard labor. You know how it is. I have to dig it all out, and I'm really struggling with showing you this process. But I'm doing my best. So this is the inside of the new house, I think the first floor. And on the second, did I punch out the door? Yeah, I did. Let me just get the door in, like so. And let me show you the windows. I really like the windows because they're all shutters like this. And let's fly away to get a good view. And it's all coming into shape. I made the roof as well, and I used bricks. It's experimental. I didn't plan to, but now I had the bricks. So just to put in a splash of color, and I think it suits it very well. Yeah, I like it, I think. Yeah, and then over here on this side, I had to do something with the house to make it fit in with the alley. And this is the last part I need to do on the outside. I mean, there's the whole interior. What are the houses actually meant to be used for? But if we go in here, you can see I ran out of wood. But it's the basic shape is there. And I made this stairway like this to get up to the second floor, like this. And it looks okay. There's room for another floor. So this is how much I got done. It's been hours and hours and hours, and of course I can't show this on the video, but that's what I got done in this episode. I don't have much more time. The episode will be too long and it's already overdue, so let's just make one more flyby and have a look at the new stair. Loving it. I absolutely love it. Alright guys, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making this series for you, even though there's not all that many that watches them. So thank you for watching, and leave a like, and do subscribe if you're not. See you in the next one. I'm out.